And we're back here on the KRON 4 Morning News. The Bay Area just 2 weeks away now from the Bay Bridge closure, and in addition to the big project, which involves installation of a detour section, they will also be making some major improvements to the toll plaza itself, and that work will affect fast trackers who use the West Grand or 880 to get into the Bay Bridge. Now, those fast trackers will be going through are currently going through mini toll plaza, also known as lanes 18, 19, and 20. Well, when the Bay Bridge closes, the mini toll plaza will be demolished and taken away, and so will that covered walkway as well. And so you'll notice that as you head in on Tuesday morning, I think it is, Tuesday morning, 5 a.m., they'll reopen the Bay Bridge. So know that instead of those 3 lanes, you'll now only have 2 lanes, although they'll be a little bit wider. So that'll be the good news for you there. In the meantime, the last bridge closure 2 years ago went rather smoothly, but there were some differences between what they did last time and what they're about to do here this coming Labor Day weekend. Back in 2007, the work being done was on the ground, so they were pretty stable in what they were doing. Well, this time it's being done hundreds of feet in the air in a spot where the wind can really get up and gust 30 miles per hour. Sometimes it can gust up to, and if that happens, crews obviously have to stop what they're doing, wait till everything stops swaying, and then continue with their project. So Mother Nature really a big factor in the plans this Labor Day weekend. Caltrans, though, counting on that, has put in there about 30 extra hours. So they've got some cushion room there should they have to stop and wait and all that delay time. That's all been factored in. They've got 30 extra hours built into the program, and they say missing that Tuesday morning deadline right now at this point, highly unlikely. They're looking to get it done on time. KRON4.com, incidentally, has been redesigned here. We've got a special section. There's a link on our front page. It'll take you to this page. Here you can see every news story that we've done on the project so far. KRON4's Mark Jones actually has some great pieces on here that you can look at and see. He not only gives you a tour of what's being done on the deck, but also inside the new Bay Bridge span itself. And off here to the right, too, there's also links available for you as well. A closure form here. We've got links to the MTC, links to the San Francisco County Transportation Authority, AC Transit, Muni, all those other alternatives that you might need to use that Labor Day weekend. You can find links there as well. And then scrolling further down, we've got here articles and stories that we've done as well. And then look off to the right, we've got that countdown clock too, as you can see, 14 hours, 14 minutes, 14 days, sorry, 14 hours, 26 minutes and 51 seconds till the Bay Bridge is shut down. So we've got that ticker going for you as well. So a lot of information here on KRON4.com. Give it a look. In the meantime, let's get over to the traffic center right now since we're talking about traffic. A shot here again of the Bay Bridge span. George Rask following your commute this morning. Hey there, George.
Hey there, James. And from the span to the toll plaza with a look at the business end of the Bay Bridge here. At the east end of the bridge, you'll see traffic still pretty light with no delays getting in to pay the $4 across the span. Caltrain on the peninsula doing just fine this morning. James.
All right, George, thank you very much. We're also following other developing stories out of the East Bay. Oakland police admit that without any new tips, they really are running out of places to search for 5-year-old Hassani Campbell. The child's been missing for 9 days now, and police are desperately in need of your help in keeping this case alive. Investigators are looking everywhere for clues, including a closer look at the child's family. In fact, here's former prosecutor Jim Hammer speaking about the body language of the foster parents.
Jim Hammer is a former San Francisco prosecutor. He offered his take on some of the behavior of Lewis Ross and Jennifer Campbell, who are Hassani's foster parents.
Investigators can't help but look at the last person who was with the missing person, and that's the foster father here. And again, what investigators are looking at is looking at every action of everybody. Is something outside the norm? Are people acting unusually?
You go talk to social services. You want to find the record straight? You go to them and you ask them why they placed them with us. Because we gave a damn. I just want him home. I just want him safe. I just want him in his bed in our house with his sister playing and laughing.
It stands out a bit that he spends a lot of time defending himself. Again, that can be for good reason. The foster mother, on the hand, speaks more typically like most people have lost a kid. It's focusing on the kid and the loss of the child and the child and the child.
Hammer says there may be a totally legitimate reason for Ross to be acting defensive.
If this man is 100% innocent, which we have to presume at this point, there's nothing more horrifying than being focused on as a possible suspect.
Hammer explains the possibilities that detectives are considering in their investigation.
And then there are 2 possibilities in any case like this. It's either a stranger abduction, which is what we hear about in the news a lot, some guy in a dark car, grabbing a kid off the street. Those are relatively unusual, but they get the headlines. Unfortunately, the more typical cases, it's someone who knows the kid. family member, something like that.
Jeff Bush, KRON 4 News.
All right, and police and Crime Stoppers of Oakland announced that a reward of up to $10,000 for information leading to the whereabouts of 5-year-old Hassani Campbell has been set up. So if you have any information, give them a call. Incidentally, on that same note, Oakland police say that that tip line that was set up in hopes of getting information about Hassani Campbell is working again. This, of course, comes after numerous calls came into that tip line from one person. That person made about 40 calls. That jammed up the phone banks. None of those calls, though, turned out to be valid. The line, though, that is back up and running, and of course it's there in hopes that somebody will call them with some information. And again, that reward now is up at $10,000 for any information leading to the safe return of Hassani Campbell. Meanwhile, we'll have continuing coverage here on KRON4.com and our on our air at KRON 4 News, and also on our website at KRON4.com. In fact, we've got links there. You can look at all the stories that we've done so far. We've got a description of the child. So if you need more on this story, head there, KRON4.com. All right, from here, let's also give you the latest on this coming in just off of the Associated Press numbers right now. Some economic news for you. It looks like the jobless numbers, the jobless claims rose unexpectedly to about 576,000. So that coming in just this morning. The markets are set to open in about 50 minutes from now, so we'll see how they react to that. I'm just looking online here to see if there's any extra information here. Yeah, it says the number of newly laid off workers filing claims for unemployment benefits rose unexpectedly. That coming for the second straight week, by the way. That information coming from the Labor Department this morning. So we'll see how traders react to that once trading begins at 6:30 this morning. Let's get over to the Weather Center, though, where Drew Harmon standing by with a look at the forecast for today. Good Thursday morning, Drew.
Good Thursday morning to you as well, James. Seeing once again a mild start to the day, but plenty of morning clouds and fog. Taking a look at our Golden Gate Bridge camera, mid to upper 80s. Around the bay, temperatures in the low 70s. And at the coast, temperatures all the way into next work week, just sticking around the 60-degree mark. James?
All right, Drew, thank you much. 5:40 is the time. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back, though, with more on the KRON 4 Morning News in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us.